Okay, guys, welcome back to Bulls versus Bears. Today we're going to be talking about LTMAQ, which is Latam Airlines, a South American Latin American airline stock that used to be $3.05 and fell all the way to 7 cents. So, guys, we're going to see why Latam Airlines fell all the way down, if it's time for us to get back in and buy it, and does it have the potential to go back up to $3.05, or if we even go back an extra year to 3 years ago, this stock was $12. So will this stock be able to go from 7 cents and fly all the way back up to $12? Let's get to the charts. All right, guys, as we said, Latam Airlines is a leading airline in South America and Latin America. It's in the industrial sector and it's in the travel industry. LTAM Airlines is an airline that has the potential to basically hit JetBlue, hit what American Airlines is in North America. And with that, let's go to our Bulls versus Bear charts to see where Latam Airlines stands. For volatility of LTMAQ, we have on our Bulls versus Bear charts, we have LTMAQ at an 8 out of 10. So we have it at an 8 out of 10 for the first effect being COVID-19. COVID-19 caused the mass effect on LTM, affecting it through passengers-wise, being able to distribute products. Anything any airport does, LTMAQ was also affected. So with LTMAQ being affected, just like how JetBlue was affected, American Airlines, airports throughout Europe, Australia, South America, Japan, China, just like all airlines were affected throughout the world, LTMAQ was also affected. With that effect transponding on LTMAQ before COVID hit was already going through financial problems. So with those financial problems affecting LTMAQ, after COVID hit, it was downhill from there. LTMAQ had to file for bankruptcy in May of 2020, and with that effect of it going into bankruptcy, affected how the stock just plunged. The second thing that affects LTMAQ is the end of their Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So that affects its volatility by not letting it stay at a straight 10, but bringing it down 2 points while we have it at an 8. Because with the end of its Chapter 11 bankruptcy now, which is supposed to end, their ending date is November 3rd or 4th, one of those dates. That's basically could shoot the stock back up, which does add to its volatility, because volatility isn't the decrease of a stock, but it's just the influx between its rising and decreasing. So that does also still make the stock volatile. But with the end of its Chapter 11 bankruptcy, it makes it volatile in the upward trend. So with those two effects, that is why we have LTMAQ volatility at an 8 out of 10.
Hey, take a look at shares of Hertz. They're up more than... Well, they were up more than 20% a little bit earlier. Now they are once again, and they're up more than 100% in the past few weeks as that company looks to be nearing its exit from bankruptcy, a process that has locked some big-name private equity firms.
So, can Latam Airlines look just like Hertz in the future? We believe we gave a future outlook for Latam Airlines of 4 out of 10. There's a possibility and a good chance it can become like Hertz and shoot up from 60 cents to $3 within a month. But we're giving a year outlook, and even though that shoot up can happen, as Latam could go shoot from its 80-cent mark back to where it was tracked at $3, $4, $5, and possibly even hit $9, but that is going to take time, and we do believe it'll take more than a year for Latam Airlines to hit its back to $9 composure. But Latam Airlines has airports that's backing it up, like JetBlue, who's not going to watch this airline get bankrupt. And as we see now, is going out of its bankruptcy. That shows it could follow Hertz transition line and shoot back up, and the stock could act like nothing never happened. Now Hertz is at $37. Was at $37 after its bankruptcy and after its refiling with Chapter 11. And if Latam Airlines could get back to where it originally was back in the mid-2000s, where it was $20, that's a 20,000, not that high, but that's a big profit margin. So we definitely give that end of the bankruptcy the future outlook of 4 out of 10, even though that's still not high off our Bulls versus Bears scale. There's still a lot of indicators that can affect it. for one that we already went over. COVID-19. COVID-19, we don't know how COVID is going to hit us in the wintertime. COVID can take back over still within the months of January, December, November, all those winter months. The biggest thing Latam Airlines has that goes for is that it's summertime in Brazil. And with that, that means more people are going to be going on airlines, going on trips. Latam Airlines has the best chance to make most of its revenue in the summertime. COVID will be at a great decrease in Latin America and South America, as when the heat rises, COVID decreases. With more people going on the planes, COVID on the downfall, Latam Airlines has its best 3 months ahead of it to make back its revenue and to be able to become back a dollar stock. For defensive, we have Latam Airlines at 3 out of 10 on our Bulls versus Bears scale. With the first factor being COVID-19, which we already spoke about. If COVID-19 dies out as an airplane company, that stock will fly high. The second point that we have for defensive is JetBlue showing interest in investing in LTMA. With JetBlue having its eye on South America, that gives us the chance to use Latam Airlines as a way to expand its empire into South America. JetBlue already has shares in LTMAQ, which gives it already its chance to increase in profit as the airline goes out of bankruptcy. And then, if the airline can't get out of bankruptcy, JetBlue will definitely be first in line to give an offer to Latam Airlines to be able to get its access going into South America. As you see, it already has countries that's close to like Colombia and Ecuador, but it doesn't have its foot in Argentina, in Brazil. All those South American possibilities that it could get into that a lot of the other American airlines are kind of in, but doesn't have a set foothold in. And JetBlue is the only reason that makes Latam Airlines have any type of defensive abilities. Because if JetBlue is able to buy this stock, buy this whole company whole, Latam Airlines is going to shoot up regardless. Regardless, it will shoot up, and that's when it will be time to sell out of it. So if they make it out of bankruptcy and able to stay as their own company, that's perfect for defensively. That gets 1 point. If JetBlue is able to buy the company or pair up with the company, that gives us this next 2 points of why we have it 3 out of 10 on our Bull versus Bears. Offensively, we have Latam Airlines a 7 out of 10 on our Bulls versus Bears scales. Latam Airlines is a glass cannon. If the economy comes back to South America and it overcomes its Chapter 11 bankruptcy, that's all the stock has to it. There's no intricate details in Latam Airlines. There's nothing fancy in it. It's not an Apple stock. It's not an Amazon stock that has all these different sectors in it. It only needs 2 things. The economy coming back to South America, which means COVID is on the decline. Everybody's starting to go on planes. They're traveling within South America, Latin America. Everybody's spending their money. And it overcomes its Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And if it follows the same way Hertz got out of their Chapter 11 bankruptcy, that's one of the most ideal ways a company has done it. If Latam Airlines could follow down Hertz's path, Latam Airlines, glass cannon, 7 out of 10, it could go back to a $9 stock to where it was in the mid-2000s. For value, we have Latam Airlines a 5 out of 10. Basically, we only have one thing for the value of Latam Airlines. Can LTMAQ go back to being a dollar stock within the year? Because we have it on a year basis. We could do this video another year and we could do it all over again. But by next year, 2023, can Latam Airlines, LTMAQ, go back to being a dollar stock? And we have it as a coin flip. It's a 5 out of 10. It's a 50-50 chance that either they make it out, they're able to make their path within 2023, numbers are good, they get that momentum to shoot them back up. And we're only talking about $1. We're not talking about how we have it out for $9 in the next couple of years. Just in 2023, can LTMAQ hit $1? We already talked about the factors, the good factors, the bad factors, and honestly, it's really the flip of a coin. You call heads, you call tails, you call up, you call down, you call bulls, or you call bear. But that's the value we have of Latam Airlines, and it's up to you if you really believe that this stock has the potential within 2023 to go back up to $1. And right now it's almost like 20 cents. So that's basically a 5-time increase, 500% increase. Who knows? All right, guys, before we head out of here, we're going to look at LTMAQ charts. Latam Airline Group SA. I don't know what the SA part stands for, but we're going to look at the charts and see how basically last month we have Latam Airlines. They shot up. This was the news that they were going outside of the Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So on that news, everybody knows stocks shoot up before the things are priced in. So the news broke out, the stock shot up, hit its point. This is October 24th. Remember, they're coming out the bankruptcy November 3rd. So the stock is trending downwards. This is November 1st. 2 more days. We'll see what happens with it. But for the overall, probably wondering what these blue dot lines are. This is back when Latam was trending. This was about last year, September. Not this September that just passed. We're talking about 2021 September. So we had it basically trending, and it was staying at 1.5. And I thought it was just going to stay here and then, shoot back up. Because this was in September 2021. This is when we thought COVID might be over. But then COVID came back with a second wave. And then Latam just broke down, and as we see, it just sunk and sunk and sunk and sunk. And it had a little pop. In May. Popped from 0.24, 0.47, almost 100%, well, 100% increase. And then it kept going down and down, and then we hit 0.07. Now, if Latam... Let me put the big chart back on just so we see the whole outcast and go back in. If Latam goes back down under 0.15, I'm buying more shares. I do have shares in Latam, just for people to know. I'm not trying to endorse it. This is still their choice. But if it goes back under 0.15, I'm buying more shares. That's just what I'm stating. That's just me. This is a stock that has the potential. We went over all the facts, everything like that. This is a stock that has the potential to go back up to where it was at 1.5 from 0.23. This is a stock that you might have to hold on for multiple years. Next year, we're just hoping that it hits the 1. That's when the big decrease fell off, as we see here. And it went down and kept going down. But if it could hit 1 by 2023, that will be an amazing profit that I will be happy about. And then within the next upcoming years, you hold if you want to. You hold, see if it can get back to this 1.5, to this 2. And then the yellow line up here is when the decrease started and the trend just continued. And I thought it was going to hold up here at 2.3. And when I was talking about the $9 and everything like that, we'll go out 3 years. This is when Latam was at 11. Let's change the time frame. Let's go max 20 years back. Let's go back to Latam at its high point, when Latam was a great access stock. Back when it was $32. This is in between 2010 2009. Not even the mid 2000s, like how I was saying mid 2000s, even though we could go to the mid 2000s and it still was higher than 0.07. So this was the $32 stock once upon a time. Can we get back to $32? If JetBlue buys this stock, it's not hitting $32, but I'll tell you right now, it's definitely going to be back in this $10 range if JetBlue buys the stock back. So that's Latam Airlines. Thank you everybody for watching. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments. If you like, please like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. And thank you, and see y'all in the next video. Good night.